When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thank you for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. I'm so excited because Mark's here. New gig, all excited.
I'm very excited.
Laura's here. Inner Green did not get to go out yesterday for that was the big St. Patrick's Day celebration right here. Laura's looking good. Yeah. What the hell's going on over here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mark's got that new confidence coming with the new job.
Well, yeah.
No, I just said she's looking good. Joe's my buddy. I said.
It's okay.
I would never
be proud.
Well, it is a weird time, right? Because it's hard to say. Like, you don't want to say to somebody, "Hey, you look great." You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know if a girl can say to another girl, "You look great," or say to a guy, "You look great,"
it feels uncomfortable.
But if a guy says it to a girl, they're creepy.
Well, I remember I was sitting in one of my grad classes. Now, I'm an elder statesman there. I'm going to be 50. I'm as old as you, right? I'll be 55 this summer. And most of these kids are young. And I look across the table, and there's a girl, and I was like, wow, she looks really good today. And I thought, I cannot say that. No. And I didn't mean it in a creepy way. It just kind of, the thought went in my head, and I was like, I ain't saying fucking
I
shit.
think you can say it as long as you don't say it in a creepy way.
Well, here's the problem.
You can still say it and it'll be taken as a creepy.
I take it as a compliment.
I mean, if Doug says told someone they looked good, they would actually think it's creepy.
Maybe. But my that's my point, is that I'm old, so what is that? You know what I mean? That's the problem.
It is true. I mean,
that's the problem. And so I wouldn't want to say that to someone young. If I say something to someone who's a little more age equivalent, hey, you look great.
Right.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's okay to be complimentary of someone. And there's a difference between complimenting them, like, Laura looks good today, versus like,
hey,
what's up, sexy mama?
You're looking hot, baby.
Mama.
Sexy mama.
Did guys say sexy mama to you?
I don't know.
Did they say hey? Because I mean, I could go, hey, looking all right.
It's all in your tone and how you.
No, I can't. If I tell a girl she looks good, I'm actually creepy.
Well,
it just comes right out. You know?
Maybe. But your boyfriend went out with your friends.
Yeah.
On the big St. Patrick's Day celebration and came home with all the tea.
Oh my God. So yesterday I had my oldest son had playoff basketball game. Then he was in a play, his school play, where he had a role, back to his basketball game championship where he won, then back to the school play. So it was carting him back and forth for 9 hours yesterday.
Adulting and parenting sucks.
Yeah. And Joe was like, well, I'm going to go out.
He didn't come with you?
No, he came to the basketball games in the first play, but then at like 3:00, he's like, we're done. I don't need to go to the second play. So he went out and met up with a bunch of my friends, and immediately I start getting text messages of one person who I said I'm not going to say the name, and he's like, oh, him and his girlfriend are fighting and blah, blah, blah. And then he runs into a couple of my female friends, and two of them are like fighting over another guy. And so he's telling me both of them. And I got all the gossip. And when he got home last night around 10:30, I'm getting ready to go to bed, and he is just talking my ear off. And he was like, guess what happened? And then I had to drive someone in this place. And then we went to Winfield, and so-and-so didn't show up for the one girl that wanted to be there. And, oh my God, he was a teenage girl last night.
That's kind of funny because, you know what, as I'm hearing you talk, I'm starting to think like, most of your friends around your age, right? Mm-hmm. In their 40s. Yeah. So I'm starting to believe over and over, and this kind of plays into even my weekend a little bit, that through the first half of our life, we're winging it. Mm-hmm. And then you get to somewhere between 40 and 50, and you start to go, well, a lot of this stuff was bullshit, but sometimes we regress when you hear women fighting over a guy.
Yep.
I mean, That's
and this is like two friends of mine. One is 36.
Yeah.
Currently separated from her husband. The other is 43, also in the process of getting a divorce.
Right.
Fighting over the same guy, both talking to Joe about it.
See, the joke is that I went to a lot of my friends' first weddings, and when I got my 40s and 50s, I've been going to their second weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
sure. Right.
That's what the age were.
But here's the thing that I wonder, because you get divorced and you got divorced for a reason. But primarily there's something was amiss or not good or whatever. And then to try to be jumping back into something, you know, I don't know if it's because of it's familiar, it's what feels right.
Yeah.
I want someone that's going to treat me right. But I would say the better thing to do is to just sit and figure out your shit, because you're just bringing that same shit to the new.
Right. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Yeah. You know, am I wrong in that?
No, and I told you as soon as I got here, another one of my friends who's later 40s just broke up with her boyfriend of 2.5 years.
And she's fine. Wow.
She is a package dime. Like, she's amazing.
I would even go in retirement, and so I would date her. I'd come out of retirement.
She's absolutely amazing. And her boyfriend of the past 2.5 years was nice, but I didn't ever feel that it was the right fit for her. And so, you know, things that you wouldn't say when she's happy, and now she is the one who broke up with him because she's like, I didn't feel like our futures were aligned. I'm like, you're right. You were way too big of a person for him, even though you're so small and petite. Like, you're loving, you're compassionate, like, you are outgoing. You have this personality, and he was never at your level.
Can we call her?
Well, I actually just texted her because I told her.
What?
I told her, hold on.
No,
I
what's
told her
wrong,
I was
Bill?
on here, and I just said, when you're ready, I want to bring you on the podcast and have men send in their bios to date a Webster mom.
Well, I want to.
She wrote, "Oh my God, how fun!"
All
Can
right,
I send her my resume?
All right, I'm gonna spill something here that I really have no talk about, but we're coming up on the 1,000th episode.
Oh,
And I'm thinking that we may have to do it out live somewhere.
that would be so much fun.
And there's a couple different things that we would probably center it around the music game we play.
Okay.
So even the audience could play with us.
Okay.
And but then we could have
Data hottie segment.
You could have Data Hottie. There's a guy that says he wants to do
Guess that penis.
Okay. There's a guy who wants to do the what was the movie with Paul Newman where he was in jail and they ate 50 eggs or something like that. Anyway, the 50 egg challenge. He wants to do the 100 deviled egg challenge.
Oh.
A listener.
With Doug?
Doug will make them.
Well, I don't know. So I got to figure that out. But I could have that guy sitting on the side, and we give him the entire show to consume all the eggs, and we can talk to him. Because we figure maybe we'll go 50 eggs because there's mayonnaise and shit and paprika.
50.
So you just do 50 because really it's a half an egg is what a deviled egg is.
Yeah.
It's a half the egg. So it's not the Cool Hand Luke challenge. That's what it was. Cool Hand Luke movie. So we could do that. We could do our trivia game, and we could have, you know, the meet a hottie.
Laura has hot friends. All Laura's friends are hot. I swear to God, I felt like I was at a freaking Victoria's Secret party when we went to her house for her birthday.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's true. There's women that, yeah.
Most of my friends are, you know, that active state of mind through the gym, you know, that I've met. So
Yeah.
women who take care of themselves but still have fun.
Your
know?
friends, you know, I have friends that date your friends, so that kind of like makes me think I have a chance.
I was actually out with them the other week.
Love him.
Yep.
He was my roommate.
Who's that?
One of her friends' boyfriends I lived with.
Really?
Yeah, we ran into each other at Laura's party.
Yeah. One of my closest college friends, Megan, has been dating his college roommate, right?
Was my college roommate.
Okay.
We worked together.
Okay. Shad. And yeah, he's great.
But it's all, here's I keep going back to, because like you're saying, you know, people ending relationships and stuff. We follow a script in like that in our 20s, right? I knew what I wanted to do since I was a kid. I wanted to be on the radio. I knew I was going to be on the radio. That was the end of, that was it. That was where I thought it would end for me. I really did.
Isn't that funny?
Well, I mean, I should talk a little bit more about that whole situation because I didn't for a long time, and I could give the whole reason behind what I did, but the script was there, right? So I got the job. I didn't want to bounce around the country. I stayed, in Rochester. I ended up doing the mornings and things like that I wanted to do. Then I got to leave and go to another station in town that I wanted to be. I liked their management better. You know what I mean? I was having a lot of fights with management in my stuff. So, and then but you get married, you buy the house, you have the kid, you do all this. And it's almost like there's a script for the first half of your life. And then you get to around 40, 50 and you go, no. This is all bullshit.
Absolutely.
I'm going to rewrite this script.
110%.
Yeah, just like feeling not totally fulfilled. I mean, I said I married the first good guy that I dated because I was like, all right,
this is what you do.
Good. He wants to get settled, and I did followed the routine. And then I was like, God, I'm so unfulfilled. And I talk about people looking at the outside in. I was like, it looks like I have that white picket fence style life, but I felt empty inside a lot of the time. I loved my kids. My kids definitely helped. But then I was like, I was staying for the kids for a while.
It's funny because I did the same thing you did, Bill. I mean, I wanted to be on radio. I wanted to be on TV. But I found out something. Everybody laughed at me when I first took this job. They're like, oh my God, he's never going to last at the job. I found out I should have been a teacher. Mm-hmm. I was actually, that was my calling, to be a teacher. And I never knew that until, I started until I started working and doing that, And it's like how my life changes at age 55 than it was, you know what I mean? It's a big change from what it was even when I was 35.
Right.
So it's like, in I never got married. Mm-hmm. I'm very selfish. I don't want to share things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I get it.
When I got engaged to this girl, when I was
never.
No. This is a different girl. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, how many girls have you, or how many times have you been engaged?
3.
He got engaged. This girl was a teacher.
Yeah, and ironically, I forgot about that.
And he came in and he was, talking about it on the morning show, and he was bragging and this and that. So everybody's like, "Oh, let's see the ring. Let's see the ring." And he comes in the ring, and it was like a really tiny diamond. Now, Mark was what, 22, 21?
I think 24, 25.
Yeah. So
and working in a radio station, making no money.
Yeah.
So we used to go like this. Like Mark went in to get the diamond out of his eye. Mark went to one of those bubblegum machines and twisted out the thing.
So it was a Walmart.
I don't know what it was, but it was like,
I can't remember where I got it.
And then it ended, and none of us were like even really surprised. But it is funny that you were following the script,
but
in a way.
But it ended because of the radio, because we were going out. I was getting these, we were hooking up with hot girls and shit, and it was like, that's why that was me. It was the reason that ended.
You were being a pig.
I never cheated on her, but I wanted to.
Yeah. I just think like I didn't expect to be doing this. I figured I would, just finish in radio because I had the #1 show at the time. I was bringing in the most amount of money in terms of endorsements when I was still there. And then the unexpected happened. Yeah. And, I was like, fuck. And I got to tell you something, man, that was maybe one of the hardest times of my life. I mean, it fucking dumped me on my head.
Because it's like, what else am I going to do?
Well, I didn't know. And at the time, I'm 51, and people are like, go to Chicago, go do the radio. And I'm like, who's hiring a 51-year-old radio personality who's not familiar with your city? I mean,
who's
nobody
hiring at all?
Well, yeah, good point. So I dumped everything into this, but I had no direction. Like I had no I didn't know. Like podcast is not exactly the same as radio.
No.
I mean, it's really not. Yeah. And I was doing it like radio. So it's taken like this long. And then somehow I fall into this mental health thing, which I wind up at the guy who got me into the program as the head of the program. He just had his wife threw a 50th surprise birthday party. And I go over there, and my brother calls me, and I said, "Hey man, I'm at a 50th surprise birthday party." He goes, "What are you doing hanging out with such youngsters?" Right? Because I'm older, right? And I'm like, "Fuck you." But the thing is, like, even there, I'm hearing from some of his friends. They're going, "Man, he loves having you in class because you just say it. You're so not a college student. You just say things."
You have life experience.
I have life experience. So all that stuff has really helped. And now there's a direction, right? I have a plan of more what I want to do.
Right.
But it's
at age 55.
At 55.
Isn't that fantastic?
It is. And that's what I was thinking about with you. Like, you reinvented, not that, the clock's ticking, but you're not out of time. You're not out of time.
Right. I mean, when I was working at the liquor store, best thing that ever happened to me was getting robbed. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was. I got out of there, and then I went right. I started doing the bus full time.
Yeah.
So that was the best thing. But I don't know, man. I forgot what I was gonna fucking say. Help me, Bill.
No, you're fine. You're
talking about being 55, having life experiences, not knowing what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
just jogging anything for you, Mark.
Oh yeah, I was giving up. I was gonna work at the liquor store under the table, and that was it.
Yeah,
I was giving up at age 51, 52.
Well, it's weird because, like, even Laura, I don't even know how you started. When did you start your organization business?
In 2013.
So while you were still married?
Yeah, I went to school for journalism.
Yeah.
And I talk to people because when people ask, like, how did you get into this? And I tell them what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into sports documentary work, and I wanted to move south. And that was my plan post-college. And then I met my ex-husband very quickly on. Then I went into doing event planning with Nick Entertainment.
Yep.
Then I moved to nonprofit event planning, and I hated the nonprofit field. You work 60 hours a week and get paid $35,000. Mm-hmm. And so I really loved helping people move. When I bought my home, when my friends were buying their homes, I found this creative hobby in helping them design their homes and moving them. And I was the friend who would be like, "Can I help you move? Can I help unpack your house? Let's go through it." And then it sort of started as, I didn't know what to call it back then. So I called it a personal assistant for some very wealthy families in Pittsburgh, managing their homes, doing things like that. And then it sort of just grew into organizing. But now I'm sort of back into, beyond just the organizing, doing moving management for people and doing a lot of the senior downsizing.
And you like that more? Do you wish you had followed that other path?
I always will wonder what if.
Oh, I can see her on the sidelines.
That's what I wanted to do
during a football game.
But I wanted to do more of a in-depth documentary work, journal, into the sports. I love sports. I'm such a sports girl. And
that's cool.
But I love the writing, and I loved doing documentary work. And you couldn't hire. I did an internship up here, and I hated it. I did not want to do local news. I did not want to write for a local newspaper.
Yeah.
And I was moving down to Raleigh when I met my ex-husband, and I told him very quickly, if I stay up here, I'm giving up my career for you. And so, yeah.
And I got to tell you, when a young guy hears that, it's love.
Well,
she loves me. That's really what it is. And then, it's like you're following some script that's out there. Mm-hmm. I guess I worry about this too, because I have sons in their mid-20s, early to mid-20s. And I worry, are you following a script?
Yeah.
And are you getting out there? I used to try to push them to take off, go to the mountains and be a guide for the summer, or work in a national park doing something for a summer. Don't, see how big this world is and get out there.
Yeah.
Because if you stay, and it's the same thing. It was exactly what my dad got thrown out of the seminary. He was in there to be a priest, but he had stuck a lit cigarette in the Virgin Mary's fingers and and invited somebody named Peaches with a really short dress to parents' night, or I don't know. And they just said, we don't think this is for you. And my father always say it taught him how to really write well at the seminary. And he wound up working at a bank. And they go, you got to go to college. You're too smart not to. So he applies, but now it's August. So everybody's accepting him for a January admissions. And just like you, and just like you, and just like me, it was, so a priest came to him and goes, if you don't get out of here now, you're never going to leave Brooklyn, because you'll meet a girl.
Yeah.
Right? You'll decide to stay. You'll decide to do this or whatever. So the only college that accepted him for that fall was St. John Fisher. He had never been here, had never been to Rochester, got on a plane with a suitcase for a week's worth of clothes, and his parents drove up the rest. And that's how it happened.
That's crazy.
And he loved it. Right. But again, it's that same thing. We start to follow the script. Well, my parents did it this way. This is how society says we do. And then it's somewhere in your midlife, you start to go, fuck this. I'm writing the script.
I joke that, I was so not prepared to be in a relationship when I started dating Ethan. Like, being in an actual relationship was the last thing that was on my mind. So it progressed quickly too.
Yeah.
I was 22. We got engaged.
Young.
Bought a house together within 9 months, then got engaged, then got married. And it was just such a blur.
Were you married by 23 years old?
No, 25.
Okay. Still.
But yeah, it just was so quick.
Right.
And then it's like, wait, what the hell did I just do? I definitely had regrets right away, like going into getting married, because I was young. I did not plan. Had I known that he was going to, and I would say this, had I known he was going to be who I was marrying, I would have gone hog wild a few months before, because I was not ready to settle down. But he was like the first really nice guy that I dated. I dated assholes before.
Well, it also feels like the problem sometimes in life is you don't get the manual or the instructions on how to live until you've assembled the furniture wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like in your life. And now you've got to dismantle the furniture, and you've got to, meaning you break up with Ethan, and now you have 2 children together, and you're trying to balance how that all works out and keep things stable and working for them, right? You got to keep things good for them. And that's not easy. And it's like, fuck, man. And it is weird. And some of us, like you and me, it's much later, right?
Yeah,
it's much later. Because when I left radio, like, everybody's like, well, why didn't you sue? Why didn't you sue? And I said, I did go to sue. I met with lawyers. I had people come to me and go, you got a lawsuit here. And they told me what it was going to cost. And I'm like, eh. And then they wanted to meet with, I'm just going to say it because normally I would try to dance around it. They wanted to meet with John DiTullio because it was the accusations were at a party at his house. When they did this investigation as to whether or not I touched somebody inappropriately at a party, everybody came back saying no. The person who was the accuser said that there was something that happened, and then made it even worse and said you didn't talk to everybody, and there were people that they then talked to, and whatever
the
happened.
Accuser had one person that said it happened, right?
I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea. But yes. And then so I leave the lawyers and I call John DiTullio and I say, they want to meet with you just for coffee. And he's like, no problem. This is like a Friday. And then I get a text from him Monday morning saying, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And I said, can I call you? He goes, no, I'm getting ready for my show. I said, okay. Is there a time that I can talk to you later? And we talked briefly. And I think it was that management had come in and go, if they ask you to talk, do not talk to anybody.
Right.
And you've got a job, right? I mean, I can't blame him.
Right.
But
he didn't want to get canned.
No, exactly. Right. So I can't. So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God. So I go back and I'm waiting on the front steps. The lawyers, it was just as we're coming out, I guess there's still some COVID protocol, right? Because this was 2022.
Yeah.
And I'm standing on the steps, and this retired Supreme Court judge was going to be part of this team. And he stands there and he goes, basically said what a shitty friend John was in so many words.
Yeah.
And I said to him, don't do that. I go, don't do that. That's what I said to the guy. I go, I don't want to talk like that. So then we get inside and I go, fellas, I don't want to do this. And they're like, what do you mean? And I go, well, first of all, it was going to be like $50,000 up front. And then, you know what I mean? Because it was going to be a big thing. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. And they said, well, what if we did it, pro bono or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, first of all, I don't know. I said, I really am uncomfortable with this because they wanted to hire private investigators that were going to go talk to these people. And I'm like, I've already had somebody who was like a brother to me turn his back. And I don't mean it like as harshly as that sounds. No, what I'm saying is I don't want to become the problem with all these people. Now, what I kind of did was all my life, since I was 19, all I've done is talk into a microphone. So, and most of my adult life was in Rochester. So a lot of these people I have known since I was 22 years old, right, when I was on the radio. I was 22 and a senior at Fisher. And I've known them. So I didn't want those friendships to go away. Well, guess what? Those friendships have fizzled. They fizzled. And that's okay.
And they do.
But the other thing was like, I didn't want to be that guy that you're avoiding or ducking. You know what I mean? This whole ugly thing that was going to come around. And so I just said,
you felt like a black cloud.
Yeah. And I go, fuck it. I'm walking away. And I didn't know what to do. So I did this and now, and now it's starting to percolate, but it took forever. And in the meantime, I wound up in this program, and I always was curious about people. I always liked helping people. Mm-hmm. I like thinking more philosophically. Honestly, I do. That's kind of my bend anyway. And it just seemed to kind of find that path. But, well, I got to tell you that was like, there were times where I couldn't get out of bed after that. I thought I was the most fucking pariah person. I'm like, because I always go, I wanted to say to somebody, look at a pattern of behavior. Has anyone ever said I've ever done anything like this?
Well, I was just going to say that. I've known you for 30 something years, and you would totally be a dickhead and insult somebody.
Yes.
But never
touch.
I've never touched anybody. I've known you. I've never seen you do that.
Has the accuser, did anything ever happen to her? Was there any fallout or people who turned on her?
They got rid of her.
Or they, them?
I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't really follow up. I just know that that station doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I'd love to sit here and go, well, see what happened when you fired me. I felt bad. And here's why I felt bad. I think radio is suffering a problem of local. If you went back to smaller owned local stuff and probably more of a spoken word format, you would do well. So when I didn't give a shit if it was someone who was accusing me of something or whatever, I just simply was like, I hate seeing that happen to radio. But the station did flip because the ratings were in the toilet and things weren't going well.
I heard, and I don't know if it was on Sirius, if it was local, my car, Joe's car, but there was a commercial the other day, and it was two radio hosts saying, we will never use AI. Like, you will never hear an AI segment and everything. And it was just like, trying to combat what seems like the inevitable for a lot of stations,
Well, I mean, the thing is, again, now you got more choice. You get to choose the music you want to hear. Mm-hmm. So I often think like the music format's gone. The only thing that's, I guess, good about it is you get more of the tea on those types of top 40 stations and stuff like, But the music stuff, I have a friend who was a great program director who says to me, YouTube music is the greatest thing in the world. He goes, they put together a station I couldn't compete against as a programmer in just terms of what they play. So I think that you just have more options and stuff. And this stuff is becoming more on demand, right? Yeah. The podcast stuff is becoming more on demand, and people like that thing. I don't know. I just
it's the way it's what people are listening to, what's going to happen. No one's listening to radio.
I listen to Spotify playlists a lot.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Right.
You know?
Because you like that and you put it together. It's what you prefer. You get to hear your favorite songs anytime. You know, that was the whole idea of Top 40 was when that you would hear your favorite song all the time. Like you hear this song, like, God, they play the shit out of this. Yeah. They're going to play it because people are punching in and out. And every time they tune in, whoever that is, they want to hear their favorite song. So they would jam that most popular song out there all the time. And that's sort of the thing. I don't know if this is like, as we're talking about, like midlife crisis. People always go midlife crisis. I just think it's when you finally kind of stop lying to yourself about things. And you totally figure out my relationship doesn't work, and this isn't really the career I wanted, and this isn't this thing I did, and all that shit.
And all right, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that they say that women hit their peak creativity age between 45 and 55, and that's why you see a lot of women changing their lives now. Or at that age, starting companies, starting over, doing something outside the norm of what
and a lot of
our mothers
kids
did
are
at
grown,
their age.
Right?
Yeah.
The kids are grown at that point, and you've done that.
Like we're saying right now, okay, so I'm 40.
Yeah.
My weekend was taken up by my kids. But in 5 years, they'll be less reliable on me, and I will have more time to do something more creative. I've talked about this being a great creative outlet for me, like still my writing, but I think that women are trying to get back into something that excites them again when they hit that age where they have more free time again.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really insightful thing you said there.
I wanted to see how I would have been at 25 the way I'm now at 55. I only have a couple friends. I have no drama. I really don't hang out with people from work.
That's not as fun, though. A little drama is always good.
I have none.
Makes you feel alive.
Oh, man, I was always in drama.
There was drama. All right, we'll take a moment. I don't know how this will go over, but they're declassifying a lot of the alien files.
Oh.
Yes. So what happens if there's if we're not the center of the universe? We'll get to that right after this. When it comes to home improvement, you've got choices. Let's say there's a hole in the bedroom wall, and somehow nobody in the house knows how it got there. You could fix it. I mean, there's always YouTube, right? But 3 hours later, it's going to look like a patch job. Not even a good patch job. And how about that leak under the kitchen sink? Yeah, you said you'd get to it, and that was what, 2.5, 3 months ago? If we're being honest, we all have that list. The one where deep down, you're not totally sure you've got the skills to pull it off. If it's my list, I'm calling Mac of all trades. Holes in the wall, handled. Leaky sinks, done. Full kitchen remodel? Yeah, they got that too. And hey, warmer weather's coming. How's that deck looking? Need it extended? Rebuilt? Outdoor patio? Don't be a deckhead. Call Mac of all trades. 585-202-9218. That's 585-202-9218. And you can see all they do online at macofalltrades.net. They'll handle it, so you don't have to. Because you didn't get to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the way you wanted to.
I know. I still am looking for something to do today.
I'll go for a beer with you.
I think we should.
I will buy you a
You
pint.
don't need to buy me a pint.
Well, here's the I ordered a shirt.
Mark.
Well, you got it ordered?
No, yeah, and I just got... And
What time?
Well, I have a ton of
4.
shit I got to do, too.
No.
Yeah, no, I have stuff to do later,
No,
but
but
we
the
can
thing-
have a beer.
I had the day off, and all of a sudden they text me, like, before I came in here, do you want to work? And I'm like, I got nothing going on.
But at 4.
At 4.
It's
Yeah.
1 o'clock right now.
Right, but we're probably going to be here till 2.
So that's still
well,
2
we'll
more hours.
Speed it along, buddy.
How long does it take you to get to...
Half hour?
Okay, so what are you going to do in that hour and a half, Mark?
Go home.
Take a nap.
Take a nap.
Old man.
But Laura always celebrated St. Patrick's Day, and you feel like you got FOMO.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing everyone's stories last night, it was
That's interesting because I did go, and I didn't have that same desire. And I had gone out the night before. I guess I'm just like, I have a lot of stuff personally for me, and then personally more family stuff that's unfolding that is just wearing on me.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just really tired.
Yeah.
And I think that shit just stresses you out. So I was like, I've been here a million times.
Exactly.
I've been here a million times, and I'll be back.
I don't miss the crowds.
I hate crowds.
But it's the same thing of me with concerts. Everyone is happy. There's music.
I hate
it's
people.
just like a joyous thing, and that's what I love. I mean, last year I went out, I did do Shamrocks, and I don't think I was even drinking last year. I was like, oh, we'll go for a little bit, but then
See, that's the problem
I'll
with
drive
me
home.
is I have noticed, right? So the things like I will lose myself somehow in those situations. And I don't know what that is. I don't drink at home. And if I do, I have one and stop. And there's no compelling thing for me to reach for another. I have gotten drunk at home, but it's when I'm with somebody else who's also drinking, and then we're talking, and okay.
You don't drink alone.
No.
That means you're not an alcoholic.
So-
Congratulations.
So then, but when I go out and I hit that certain point, and I'm like, this is fucking fun.
I know.
I mean, I become, vacation bill has arrived, ladies. And I'm just having a great time. I'm laughing. I'm talking to people. I'm out. I'm being social. And all I'm doing is avoiding the shit I need to do, which is terrible. And that's where I go, I can't do that anymore. I just can't.
I mean, I had a couple glasses of wine last night because there was like 2 hours in between the basketball finals and the start of the night school play, and the kids had a cast party. So I invited all the moms over. I was like, well, come over to my house. I'll get some sushi and have some wine. And, I had 2 glasses in between, but when I came home and was ready to go to bed.
That's fine. And the other thing was all my buddies who always was like, oh, shots, blah, blah, were not there. So that made it better. And those are the guys I like talking shit with and laughing, and one thing leads to another, and the next thing I know, a former defense. Speaking of green people or green,
Why are they green?
I don't know. We always were we not always taught that aliens from Mars were green?
Yeah.
I think we were.
We were.
Little green men.
Yeah.
We weren't. I was
Green
wondering
Martian.
why.
I don't
why is it
know.
green?
The Green Martian. I don't know. And by the way, E.T. wasn't green.
No.
So
Neither were
E.T.
they.
was like shit brown color.
What about the aliens in Close Encounters? They were white, right?
yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I ever saw Close Encounters.
I didn't watch the whole thing. It was boring.
A former senior defense intelligence official, his name is Christopher Mellon, says the federal government has extensive UFO. And by the way, they want to change that term to UAP. So instead of unidentified flying object, they now want to call it unidentified aerial phenomena. Okay, because that's better. No one's going to change now. Oh, who's going to change? So they have satellite images of objects in space that doesn't resemble anything humans have built. According to Mellon, the government holds a massive archive of photos, radar data, and videos, including additional footage similar to the famous, they say Tic Tac. I don't know what that is. Was there a ship that looked like a Tic Tac, maybe? Go Fast and Gimbal UFO videos released by the military in 2017. There was one that looked like a Tic Tac because I thought they were rewriting TikTok. Like I really did. And then some of the most compelling evidence, he says, are clear satellite images of unidentified craft operating above Earth, performing movements that are difficult to explain with current technology. And the government now does prefer that term instead of UFO. Under a recent order, federal agencies may release more files related to UFOs and aliens though it's unclear how much will actually be made public. Yeah.
It's like the Epstein files.
It is. What the fuck is going on with that?
I don't know, but these files will be more exciting to
Well, they
read.
will be to me too. And then it says Mellon says intelligence agencies historically resist releasing classified information. So even if disclosure happens, it will likely be slow and incomplete. And he also says the files probably won't confirm alien contact, but they may show objects we still cannot explain.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we are very selfish if you think that there's nothing else out there.
That's a great term, selfish, because I do think, like, if aliens aren't visiting Earth and haven't introduced themselves, I completely understand why.
Yeah.
I mean, you come down here, and people are fighting over what?
Yeah.
How do we know they're not fighting on another planet?
Well,
yeah.
I don't. I guess I don't. That I definitely don't. But I mean, imagine traveling across a galaxy, right? And you come and land here, and some people are arguing about, I don't pick anything absurd. Gas stoves on Facebook. I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
gas prices,
whatever. I mean, it's just strange. But if they landed tomorrow, do you think humanity would handle it well if all this stuff came out?
No.
What does that do to everything we like? We
going to shake those religious creeps to their fucking core.
In my notes, the first one was religion. I go, what does that mean?
Yeah. I mean, it would be crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Reincarnation and all that, what we were derived from and Jesus and the Bible. It would make people go berserk. But imagine all on the extreme, those churches, you can have a church that is for anything. So I'm sure that there are like alien obsession churches. Those people are going to be on their high horses, man.
That's a great point. I've never heard of that, because we only know like the big religions, right? And in this country, you have the freedom of religion, but some religions get vilified.
I guarantee if we went on Facebook and Googled like aliens exist groups, there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people who are in things like that.
I got to do. That's really interesting. Doesn't Scientology say?
I was just going to say,
you get sucked up by it. Don't you get in a spaceship or something?
It's called Tom Cruise.
But I mean, that's the religion. I always think about like freedom of religion, and then the one that gets shit on the most is Scientology. I don't know enough about it. I'm just saying it's kind of it's weird.
All I know is Katie Holmes' father, when the divorce, had to have her have bodyguards for a long time.
Yeah,
they were threatening her.
I'm sure.
Leah Remini.
Oh yeah, and her doing that show. She has body. I'm pretty sure she still has bodyguards.
Yeah, I mean, it gave you some insight, right? And it doesn't sound good. You hear certain things about Mormonism, and that sounds odd. But Jesus, the Catholic, that whole thing was a mess.
I mean,
well, here's the problem with the Catholic religion. I'm Catholic, not really anymore. I went to Catholic. I grew up Catholic. Problem is, it never modernized. Women should have been able to become priests. Priests should have been able to be married.
Yes.
It was like they should have. Things should have been done, but they're doing it still the same way they were doing it 100 years ago.
Right. And if nothing, it proves how man-made that is.
Yes.
Like, that was always my thing with Catholicism. I always look at England in the mid-century or I don't even know, 1600s, whenever King Henry VIII, he switched religion so he could get laid. That's what he did. Right? And that's why...
Makes sense.
That's why they became more Protestant-based, and Northern Ireland followed, and Southern Ireland didn't, and that became wars. And it's like, it's so crazy. Because human beings can't even merge traffic. You think you're going to be able to handle alien diplomacy?
If this comes out that there is scientific proof of aliens exist, people are going to go crazy. It is going to be wild.
Right. I would say if tomorrow the government confirmed alien technology exists, right? People start freaking out, but how would your life really change? And I'm thinking
people are going to start doomsday prepping.
Probably, but you go to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would pay your bills and you'd probably watch Netflix. I just don't think your life would change that much. I really don't. And maybe that's our selfish thing. And I don't know.
Maybe the X-Files comes back to
Well, that could be.
like a highly rated.
But it reveals something about like human beings. You start to panic about what? You don't even know.
Exactly.
Like it's the uncertainty. Really, you're going to go to work, you're going to pay your bills, and you're going to watch Netflix. All right.
I know, but that's like driving consumerism. It's just like when they say that there's going to be a winter storm that's hitting and people go to the stores to stock up. Like if you're like, now you need an alien prop. I mean, really? Think about it.
Well, okay. So this is a weird thing because all my life I've had real trouble wrapping my head around the evolution of man and how come we still have apes. We're one chromosome away, right? Or something. There are our cousins, the chimpanzee, whatever. Why do they still exist? And then there's us. Because most of the species that have evolved it's been an evolution through things. So what changed? What was the why? Not the why of how it happened, the why, like the fork in the road, where human beings became less hairy and more rational minds and all this stuff. And the apes stayed the apes. That's the thing. And there are those that believe, and it makes me wonder because I often say we don't have to truck things in from other planets. Everything we need is actually here on this planet. You got all your resources, right? There is a theory out there that aliens came here for other resources and they needed help getting these resources out. So they crossbred with the apes. The apes or whatever. Homo sapiens at the time, as that evolution, I don't know. And that we have alien DNA in us.
I love that.
I know, but
it's fucked up.
Yes, I agree. I agree. And I'm not saying it's real. I'm not saying I believe it. I'm saying it's a theory.
I was going to say my neighbor actually wants to have a conspiracy theory party where we all make the tinfoil hats and we do like projection of our conspiracy theory.
But that's it. And then there are people that channel certain beings, right? Some from the metaphysical, but there's one, and I'm just going to tell you, and you can go look him up yourself. Bashar. Bashar is a alien from another timeline, like in the future, who this guy, I think his name is Daryl Anka. I may have that name wrong, but he channels Bashar, and he tells you basically how to live your life. And I will tell you, like, this guy says no. I watch it. There's no bullshit. It's like some of these people are charlatans that say this. I don't get that vibe from this guy. And I see a lot of his stuff on TikTok, and he's saying that aliens will have contact with us in 2027. But there are people, and they send down, he said they send down like precursors. So there are people walking among us to try to see if we're ready.
Trump.
Maybe. I'm just saying, like, well, okay, but like we have a government trust problem already.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
so if these files come out, do we start to believe? Now, it's not Trump, right? Most of this stuff will be from
years ago.
Yes, other
Area
presidents.
51.
100%. And then, look, people say the moon landing was CGI. So, there's going to be that theory at all. And I do wonder if this all did come out, what the fuck would happen?
I'm so excited.
Yes, I am too.
I have a friend who's obsessed with space theories and aliens. She actually started a clothing brand based on like
really
aliens. Yep.
Wait, whoa.
It's called Who Made Who,
a clothing
and it's
brand
like
on aliens.
Yeah. I have some sweatshirts and stuff, but she actually just got like a spaceship tattoo this weekend.
She did?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's she look like?
She's hot.
She's the hottest alien you'll ever see.
Right.
I'll pull her up.
Okay. Mark has a good eye for this sort of thing. But what if intelligent life is common? Like, or we're not. So, like, Bashar will say things in some of his stuff, some of it like really good life advice, and it would be things like, It may have been where I got the thing like, there is no, what is the meaning of life? There is no meaning to life other than the meaning you give it.
Meaning of life. Yeah.
Right? That whatever you give it, what are you here for? What do you want? And like he talks about all these things, and he gives a better explanation of like manifestation and, letting things in and letting go and how you're really blocking stuff. And it's interesting. It's like really interesting. But then he does talk the alien stuff, and he'll say things like that people are they're either already here or we're not ready for contact. What?
It's hot. Yeah. I did ask Laura off air if she had any freaking ugly fat friends.
I said I think the only one is married with kids, but yeah, but this is her clothing brand is called Who Made Who.
Who Made Who?
Yeah, and it's all just like space trippy stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Let me see.
Oh, I mean, she's a designer. She's a creative designer. That's her job. So
is she single?
No, she's divorced and remarried again.
Wow, these are kind of cool.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
they're not like the little green alien people, right?
No,
right. That's really interesting. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just a thought. If this stuff comes out, what if we're like the zoo for these other places?
Oh, if we're caged animals.
Well, like they come and just watch us and go, look at this.
Look at them shit.
What? Yeah, right? There you go. Like, and the weird part is, that's the thing that fucks me up, is I went to the Seneca Park Zoo, our local zoo, and they have orangutans. And I'm looking at this orangutan and go, oh my God, it looks like my Uncle Joe. Like it does. And you go, how does that still exist? And we're here. Where was the fork in the road? I don't know. Could it be the aliens?
If you stand there long enough, throwing in the middle finger, he'll throw it back at you.
The
orangutan.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Of course I have.
Well, now I don't go to the
That's really
zoo.
what Mark wants to go do today for an hour and a half. Flip off the orangutan.
I don't go to the zoo anymore because my kids are old.
Yeah.
I remember being at the zoo, and you want to talk about we have this whole thing where kids learn stranger danger, which I always go, maybe you need to go a little further advanced. Not most people are not snatched up by strangers. Not saying it doesn't happen. We do know that it has happened, but most people are getting harmed by someone they know. So they have those play things. One's like built like an ice sculpture that the kids can climb out in the playground. And then they have tunnels where the kids can go in the middle and they can pop up out of it and stuff.
Like a groundhog.
So it's just me and it's Jackson and Jordan. And they got to be 3 and 4. So Jordan climbs to the top of one thing, and Jackson Jameson wasn't even born. Jackson runs into the middle of a thing. And I'm going, all right, guys, we got to get going here. We got to get going. And I can't get Jackson to come out of the thing. He's just popping up. And then when he sees me coming, he pops back down. And I can't really fit in this tube. Like, I'm going to crawl in and pull him out. I really can't. I'm like almost I can't do it. So a woman that I worked with is there. And she says, I'll stay with Jordan, who's on the top of this thing, and I'm kind of keeping my hand there. He's 3. I'm waiting for him, and things are bumpy. She goes, I'll stand with Jordan if you want to try to go get Jackson. I start heading over to get Jackson, and I'm telling you, within 20 seconds, because she says, hi, Jordan, I work with your dad, whatever. He goes, a big, deep voice. Hey, lady, get away from me. You're scaring me. Like at the top of his lungs. Now I'm like running back and forth between the two. I was like, I can't get Jackson out of the thing. He's laughing at me because I can't get in. He knows I can't get him. He's in the middle of the thing. He's 4. The other guy's screaming at this woman. And I'm going, this is the most fucked up thing ever. But what if we're the animals in the zoo for the aliens?
That could be.
They come down and go, hey, we're going to take a trip to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going to watch.
They're getting a show right now.
Oh, I know what Bashar said. Bashar said that not telepathing things but teletransportation, and where you can teleport yourself somewhere else. Mm-hmm. He said we're not able to understand the math yet. But we're advancing in technology, but we're not able to understand that math yet. And once we get to that point, you'll be able to teleport yourself. How fucking wild would that be? You know what I mean?
Traveling would be
There
a lot
goes the
easier.
airlines.
Yeah.
There goes the
Well,
airlines.
prices will go down. That's for sure.
Yeah, but how bad would they fight teleportation? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
would-
going to ruin
they
the
wouldn't, they wouldn't
economy.
want anything. They wouldn't want anything. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like based on our recent track record, maybe we should send a golden retriever to another planet just to be nice. Right? They're the nicest dogs there are. All right, we will we'll take a moment. I have some questions for you guys because human beings are, in my mind, we're fascinating, and we spend a lot of time trying to appear normal.
I don't know if we're the right people to
No, you are. And the other half are secretly Googling things we hope nobody sees. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is.
Gotcha.
And both of you have like different desires of things. And I just find it just
Actually,
interesting.
It's pretty much the same.
We will get to that right after this. You never think you're going to need a personal injury attorney until you do. It's not something you plan for. You know, 1 minute you're just living your life. Next thing you know, you're dealing with an accident, an injury, missed work, and a whole lot of stress you didn't ask for. And here's the truth. Insurance companies, they've got a plan. They know exactly what they're doing. The question is, do you? That's why if it's me, I'm calling Connors and Ferris. They know the system, they know how to fight, and more importantly, they know how to take care of people when things get messy. You're not just a case file to them. They walk you through it step by step and make sure you're not getting pushed around when you're already down. So if life throws you one of those moments, don't try to figure it out alone. Call Connors and Ferris or visit connorsandferris.com with offices in New York City, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo. Because when it matters most, you want someone in your corner who actually knows how to win. Connors and Ferris. That was so funny what you just said. We can't say it.
We
but
can't
God,
say it.
that is so good. There is somebody I would love to interview, and I know this is behind the scenes, but somebody I would love to interview who I knew a little bit, fairly well-known comic who is in a relationship, like married.
Who is it?
Jim Norton.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would love to.
Is it the same? Is it the same one that was in Buffalo? They had a radio show?
This is he used to be with Ona and
okay.
different things like that, but that was all. I don't know, but that is a great way in because we are fascinating as human beings and all the things that we try to. I think most people try to put it on an appearance of normal. Mm-hmm. I really do, and we're starting to see more and more openness. I showed you that app. I forget what it was called because I still get the ads for it, but I since I haven't gotten near it.
I did delete it.
No,
Yeah.
I know you did. I know you did.
But boy, it started with a
Forbidden or
B?
something?
No.
I forget. There was I do. I totally
If I
forgot.
look it up.
But
I want to say it started with a P.
Pure.
Pure.
I think it was Pure. Right, and you can find all your fantasy kind of stuff on there, right? and the people, my thing is like, we like things that are a little forbidden, and I'm not even saying dirty stuff. Why are secret menus so popular?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We like things that we think nobody, backstage passes, right? To go to a concert. I want something nobody else can really have. It's a little forbidden.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not supposed to be back here. VIP rooms. VIP rooms are crazy at clubs. But man, everybody wants to be up there. It's a little bit, higher status. The speakeasies are making a comeback,
oh my God, yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because I got my mother a tour of speakeasies for Christmas
Oh,
down in
that's
New York.
so
Yeah.
cool.
But then she's like, they don't do them at a certain time. And
I'll go with Marge. I want to go.
I'll go with Marge.
I think
Yeah.
she traded it in for something else.
Oh, what a bitch.
Well, only because it wasn't. It was more because they were doing them later at night, and she wanted to just do it as a day trip to New York, and that means she goes, I wouldn't get home till late. She's 79. It's dark. It's like she worries about
She could just find a guy to crash with in New York for the night.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to see my mom do that.
I don't live in New York, unfortunately.
But I mean, do we want fantasies or do you just want the experience?
Sometimes the fantasies that you have and you visit, you get to see your fantasy isn't as good as what you thought it was going to be.
100%.
That is exactly what I was thinking, because sometimes the fantasy is better than the reality.
It is.
Right? I mean, we hear about people with threesomes and things, and I go, that could go horribly wrong.
I talked about this with the swinger stuff, like not swinging, but going to like the voyeurism or experiencing it. I just think that the fantasy in my mind is so hot.
Yes.
That there's no way reality
it'll
could
meet your
live up to
expectation.
it. Yeah.
But what about like couples? Because it might have been Doug, like after, told me that he saw somebody who was looking for a third on Facebook dating. There,
Okay.
my husband and I are both straight, but we're looking for a third. We're looking for a guy.
Yeah. Oh.
And
Okay.
I'm like,
guy. Huh?
yeah, and I was like, okay, and I'm like, well, does that make a stronger couple if you're open about your fantasies and explore them together, or does it all of a sudden like, that's the part that I could never wrap my head around again with swinging. Is
Yeah.
like, how do you watch the person that you supposedly love and getting railed by somebody else and go, that's hot? You know what I mean? Maybe,
But like in going along with someone who shouldn't be said and how he liked to watch. Like,
yes.
I am so intrigued by that with other friends. Like, I do have a friend who's sleeping with someone right now. I'm like, oh my God, you guys it would be hot to watch the two of you together.
I think that too about certain people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really?
So, you know, it's,
I'm not. I'm minding my P's and Q's over here.
but yeah, but then also going the other way of not talking about sex and stuff. There are just other, like the thrill of something that's more forbidden or risky behavior and stuff. So, I mean, skydiving, something like that.
100%. That's a great analogy, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the novelty. We want to feel alive.
Yeah.
And the fantasy can make us feel alive.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time one time, I know I'm not supposed to talk about this, but I got to say this, where I got so bored, I went on my phone. I was going on my phone. I was bored.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't as good as you had
It
hoped.
wasn't, it was like, how long is this almost over? Jeez. I mean, how much stuff can you really, do? Wow.
Right. You're stuck.
Let me check my email.
I did. I was checking my email, answering my email, going on Facebook, text messaging.
Well, do you think everyone has a secret fantasy they've never told anyone about?
I think so.
Like a secret fan, like you've never told any.
Well, here's the thing. It's funny you mentioned that. You know who the biggest people you have to watch out for are the people that don't talk, but they have the fantasy but don't talk about it.
Absolutely. I was going to say, no, everyone knows I speak my mind, but
Yeah.
I think the majority, and I'm going to say like 80% of people out there would never, ever admit their actual fantasies. Their fear of judgment or being looked at like different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even though I guarantee the people who they're talking to have secret fantasies on their own.
Sure, absolutely.
It's, yeah.
How do you get someone to open up about a fantasy? And I don't mean that like, show me the manual.
Like
No,
trust.
Well, because you're bringing up a great thing. Like, there's the term MAPS, right? Minor attracted person is what it stands for. So someone who's attracted to minors.
Oh.
And when this was discussed in a recent class of mine, the person leading the class said, you probably know a map and don't know it.
Yeah.
Because you know that it's socially unacceptable. You've been able to just navigate your life and blah, blah, blah. But they're a minor attracted person, and that's kind of their thing. And I go, if that's your fantasy, fucking shut up.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
If that's true.
Yeah.
But then there are other ones like, I don't have that. But I have there's be other things, you know, and then I've had people tell me about one that I never understood, but I had a friend who told me that he dated someone who had a rape fantasy, and she wanted him. What? Did you just say I sort of do? Did you just say I sort of do? Yeah.
Why are you surprised at this?
Well, I kind of am, because it's such a horrible thing. Like, it just, and he wasn't really into it, so he tried, but she wanted him to like pop out of like the bushes and drag her in the house.
You gotta have a safe word.
Remember the donkey punch?
Yeah, but I don't. Is that real?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, she must have done it before. She wanted me to dunk. How am I going to do something like that?
I don't know.
Laura, would you want to get donkey punched?
No.
All right, just wondering.
I mean, we've talked about like my choking, hair pulling, all of that type of stuff. But I understand the rape fantasy. I know it sounds absolutely horrific, but I get it. Yeah, it's definitely something that's crossed my mind. You have to have like
somebody you feel really safe with, I would assume.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like going through a haunted house and just knowing, oh, that's really just Joe behind the mask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes me feel a little safer.
Yes, but that's what they say, like, have a safe word. I mean, I will never kink shame anyone, but there are some things that I am not really willing to do. But I've listened to, there's a podcast, I forget what it's called. I think it's called Why Are People Into That? Yeah. And they take like deep dives into people's kinks, and and it's just, they interview people who are into it, and it's very interesting.
A kink that would like, that you go, I don't know.
The pee thing I said no
people
to.
Pee on. Yeah. That's a fantasy?
Can't believe people like that.
Voldemort asked about that, and I was like,
Well, could have cured athlete's foot. I don't know, in the shower. Maybe I'm not really sure.
But like, yeah, there are things like that. Or I think I talked about the TV show that was How to Build a Sex Room, and it's people who are into all different types of erotic pleasure. And some of them were like a married couple that they've been married for 30 years, and they're like, we want to spice up our sex life. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, most guys at this age, I heard a guy the other day say something, I laughed so hard. Because one guy's like, yeah, I thought I was getting laid the other night. And he goes, and he's like, you still ask? And the guy's like, yeah. He goes, go. And he goes, because I usually just go, hey, is this going to be a group project or a solo? I'm paraphrasing, but I'm like, I guess that's what it gets to at some point. But you're right. The excitement. That's the thing is, like, you look at people who have had really long relationships, and I have a friend of mine, she got married, divorced, remarried. They have no kids. She has had no kids, and they have a really cool life together, and they're like the perfect couple together. And yeah, they do all kinds of like kinky shit, I'm pretty sure.
Good for them.
Yeah. But yeah, it's weird. I just think it's novelty. I think people like novelty in food. They like that forbidden thing. They like it in music. Like if I'm going somewhere to see, a private thing, there's something about that's exciting. And then the fantasy thing. And I think, I really think sometimes they say something about who we are a little bit, but it also could just be the brain entertaining itself. Because once you play it out, we've heard too many disaster stories about like, anybody who's into that is kind of gross and they're, people that are open. But I think people are becoming more comfortable in talking about it.
Yeah.
And that's the, maybe you'll go out and you'll find, have you ever been approached?
In what terms?
Like to join somebody, or do you know anybody? I think I know of people who have been approached to be like,
I mean, I don't think I've ever been approached for like a throuple or anything like that. But I mean, I've been approached for other things. But yeah.
You've been approached for other things? I don't even want to know.
Well, then answer.
Well, like propositioned about like having sex or just,
or any
but not like, oh, come have a threesome with me. I mean, I think there's been jokes.
Yeah. But if you pushed it,
if I had played into that, and I think I would have said more when I was actually married. There were people who would maybe say a few things to me because I've always been outspoken. And if I would have played into it, they would have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think I think people hide behind jokes.
Sure.
It's a way to deflect. So if you don't bite, they're safe. And if you do bite, well, that's what they wanted to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
Pushing the boundaries. Like, how far can I go with her?
It's true. No, I'm the king of that. I am the king. I was the king of that. What?
Oh, I just thought of something.
She sat on her keys.
A few years ago, I was still married in a group of friends. They had a photo of me with a beer can in my mouth. Like I can put my mouth around a beer can. And my friend like found it on her husband's phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had like saved it and she confronted him about it.
And what did he say? He said, I thought it was funny.
I don't know.
How would you get off to that?
Huh?
How? I'm trying to think. How does that?
I think it was like we had been like a girls' weekend and I was in a bra and had like a beer can.
That's different.
And
Of course this happened. Of course this happened.
And I heard from like another mom, she was like, oh, so-and-so is pissed because her husband like had it saved on his phone.
He was in the bathroom right over to the sink. That thing propped up against the mirror.
And I was like, how do you get the fucking photo? Like, did he take it off his wife's phone? Like, it was in like a group chat with just the moms.
Was it on Facebook?
No.
Oh, he totally went through his wife's phone.
That's fucked up.
Oh, I know.
That's fucked up.
Going through someone's phone really is fucked up.
Why did someone go through your phone?
Yes.
Who?
Oh, come on. We know this story.
I forgot. Well, look, I have always been one where I would never, when I was married, go into my wife's purse. I just wouldn't. It was kind of her space, and I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't comfortable doing that. And yet, there are other things where maybe you did overstep the. I don't know. I tried to always give people their autonomy a little bit here, you know. And if you're doing something behind my back, and I'm sure I'll eventually find out, and you know, I'm not going to live in some paranoid state of things. But yeah, going through the phone is uncomfortable.
It really is.
Yeah, and I think it's you know, it says a lot.
I think people discover cheating spouses that way, though.
Well, if you have suspicion and stuff, and you've got it, I mean, you know, maybe you find the information another way. But yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
I'm a faithful dude.
Yes, I know. I know.
I can't. You know, it's been questioned because of how I am.
Yeah.
But you're dating me for 3 years and you don't know how I am. What the fuck?
Right.
You know?
I'm still stuck on the guy who had Laura's picture with a can.
Me too. Is that picture around?
Yeah, Laura has
maybe.
Everything.
Oh,
that picture will pop up.
I'll find that.
Because
I would have to look.
Well, I'm sure, but one of your friends still has it.
Just
call that husband.
That's the group that I'm not friends with anymore.
Just call that husband. Oh. He's probably got it in his
call the husband.
He's got it in his hidden photos.
Oh, he totally did.
Everybody's got a hidden folder somewhere.
And why he didn't hide it in the hidden is
that's right.
No, it was his phone background.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I thought he was like pleasuring himself to this picture. It's your phone background. Why would you do that?
That's fucked. That's fucked up.
That's an idiot. That's a house ape. It's like, come on, you're a dummy. Don't do that.
You want to get caught?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. I just, I was never approached. I remember years ago I would broadcast from the Newport House on Fridays, and sometimes Weiss would come down because he had a boat there, and it was part of like his deal for the slip or whatever. We had a great time. The place would get packed. It was amazing. I was married and had kids, but there was this couple, and they would come over and always talk to me, and he would be like, "Hey, man, they're looking for you to to go because they're like, oh, we got a big piece of, you should come out sometime and blah, blah, blah. and I was too dumb to like even know.
Yeah.
I was like, I had no idea. I wouldn't think anybody wanted me. Ugh. It's like, you know, you want me to be joining you in something? No.
How did they look?
Once he said it, I was like, oh yeah, he kind of looks like he's a porn dude.
Yeah.
And she was like a platinum blonde, all dyed. They would wear, And I'm like, oh yeah. And you can see it. Like the other day, I or maybe it was last week. Human red flags. Like, what are the human red flags? And I go, yeah, sometimes that's a human red flag. When I see certain people, I go, oh yeah, I can see exactly what you're into. I know exactly where you're going, but you got to get the hidden folder.
Oh, I know.
Don't make your phone background. What a dumbass.
Right. But I've learned something about people, and you sort of hit on this, Mark. The quietest person in the room usually has the most interesting Google search history.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's usually the quietest one.
That's true.
Right? Because they don't, and if you can find them and get them to open up a little bit.
Sometimes it's not good.
What do you mean?
The quiet ones, sometimes they're up to no good.
Meaning they're looking to kill you?
No. No,
Like
the quiet ones that judge people are the ones that freaking are gonna get caught doing something, getting a hooker, stuff like that.
Oh, well, there's a guy in Macedon. Talked about him on an earlier podcast that just got busted federally for having those sex parties, right? Mm-hmm. And the big thing is he was a teacher.
He was a teacher.
Yeah, but I'm like, teachers drink. Your private life's your private life.
Yeah.
He didn't have underage kids. No one's saying there was anybody underage. These were consenting adults that he was hosting these parties. There was an entry fee. There were certain rooms you could go into for certain services. And I go, is it just the government not getting their cut?
No.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the taxes.
Look, we've taken everything that they thought was immoral, right? Weed, legalized. Gambling, legalized. So what are we doing?
Sex.
Drinking, legalized. Sex is the last frontier. And I just...
See, being a teacher, he was a dumbass for doing that.
Well,
look how very careful you and I are.
Yes. No, I understand. But
you know what I mean?
Yes,
but
yes.
Teachers have fantasies too, though.
They do, but they don't go on a podcast and talk about them.
Well, he wasn't going on a podcast.
He wasn't. And by the way,
his private home. Yeah,
this was all by email. It was an email invitation out to certain
Hopefully
people.
He wasn't doing it on his freaking school computer.
No, I'm sure not. But I go, well, it's consenting adults. What's the big deal? And the big thing is he's a teacher. And I go, yeah, you don't think your teacher has... there may be a teacher who's part of the kink society. You're going to throw him out of the classroom if you found that out? That seems unfair.
Think about how many teachers get arrested for having sex with students.
You shouldn't. Definitely there.
I mean, obviously, but still. Like,
yes. And I'm thinking of just things that people would be into just because you're a teacher, a lawyer, a leader of something, a business owner. You like being chained to a wall and whipped. I don't know. Maybe if that's your fantasy. Could you be a dominatrix?
Oh, yeah.
You
good
could?
at it.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Like hurting somebody? You wouldn't mind?
Mm-hmm.
Look at
like
that.
wearing high heels and stepping all over someone. That's so badass.
Badass. Ugh. Really?
Especially if I was getting paid to do it. That's amazing.
We see unexplained bruises on Joe. We know why now.
Right.
That's the thing. That's holy crap. All right. We'll get out of here. I just...
What, we're done?
Yeah.
We're going to go have a beer.
Yeah. It's almost 2:00.
Where are we going?
We'll go to an Irish bar.
Oh, it's going to be crowded.
I don't think so.
Not on Sunday,
I think
no.
yesterday was your big day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
We're going to go to Fairport?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
It's just up the road.
Yeah, I'm in.
You coming?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you buying?
Yeah.
All right. I got one thing to say.
What's that?
And we'll end this. I think that you should be a better host. I think you should have like a cold cut tray in here. Some different kinds of,
Have a snack covered.
I mean.
Okay. Is that what you want?
No, I just
I
went.
can go for a granola bar
I just
right now.
wanted to-
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
have a snack
No,
cupboard.
actually, that is true. Something like granola bar.
A snack cupboard. All right, I'm in.
Yeah.
Hey, look, whatever's gonna,
I come in from a Monday. If I come here on Monday and
you haven't eaten yet.
Yeah.
You want dinner waiting?
Not necessarily.
No, but I got you.
A couple granola bars will freaking do the trick.
Okay, I will get a snack cupboard going.
All right.
I'm dead serious.
I love this for you.
Why do you love it for me?
I mean, it's great.
No, but it seems valid and
Well,
fair.
you're also here a lot.
Yes, of course.
I know, but you don't have your money. You don't have a lot of money anymore.
You're fucking killing me. Why are you digging yourself in a ditch right now? He just said he's going to go buy you a beer. And you're like, wait, now I want this and this and this too.
I am.
I also want live porn.
I'm financially fine, but I don't make what I used to make.
I know.
That's it.
I was just kidding.
I had to sell
You
some
would get
things.
one beer.
I had to pull out of some things, which maybe in the future could present a problem. But I think right now we're all is good. All right, for Laura, who wants her St. Patrick's Day celebration. For Mark, who believes the quietest person in the room is usually the most dangerous. He says.
That's right.
That's right. I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you next time.
Just break it.